Hey guys, Zangetsu 134 here, and I'm doing my weekly review of GARO, and we're up to episode 17, Fish Tank. This is one of those episodes, and I'm getting a soda, if you're wondering what I'm doing. But this is one of those episodes where I both really like it and am really frustrated by it. Mostly frustrated by the ending, but otherwise it's a good episode. So in this episode, a serial killer came in contact with a horror, and in doing so, has began gathering. Oh, sorry, I can't turn the phone on. It's been gathering. Gathering people to kill so that the horror, can get a human body, as it can only survive in water until it has devoured enough horrors. This makes it tracking the horror almost impossible, and so Koga has no choice but to use Kaoru's scent to track the horror, so that the man would kidnap her and use her as a way to find him. So yeah, this episode is actually where we finally get into an actual story arc of the series. It's been peppered throughout the series, but never in a way that really adds any closure to the story. But otherwise, it's not bad. But yeah, that's actually probably one of this season's bigger problems, is it really doesn't focus at all on the story. Season 2 will do a little bit better at that, but this season not so much. It's there, but usually it's more about Kaoru and Koga's relationship over, the fact that she's going to die, sort of thing. Yeah. This is actually an interesting episode for me, just because of the fact that Koga has to deal with the fact that he's going after a horror that's linked itself up with a serial killer. And not only that, the serial killer is doing so of his own volition. He's not possessed by the horror. He's not turning into a monster. He already was a monster. I also like the design of the horror. It kind of works in the fact that it's manipulating this dude. When we finally do see its true horror form, is that of a mermaid, or at least a mermaid-looking monster, I should say. It's not like it's a woman, but it's legitimately like a mermaid. Which is why he's hunting the horror. Why he's hunting women, so that the horror can get itself a female body, because he's fallen in love with the thing. It's kind of creepy and weird. But yeah, it's interesting, and I like the fact that Koga almost kills the dude. It shows how much he's grown as a character, because I think Koga at the beginning of the series wouldn't have hesitated to kill this guy, purely out of the fact that he had no emotional center. Because it's Kaoru that gets him to stop, which is why I like the episode, and why I like parts of it. It's more in the ending it doesn't really work, just because of the fact that the head of the horror is still moving after Koga kills it, and and the horror's it's dissolving, oh, you're the one that spared the woman, instead of killing her, and you're just using her as bait. And this upsets Kaoru, and they finally cut ties with each other because she's upset with him, to the point where he removes the magic ring that he uses to track her. Dude, you almost have the thing to cure her. Tell her why you haven't killed her, and that you didn't actually use her as bait except for this one time, and keep the ring on her so you can purify her easily. It's a really dumb move on Koga's part. he's improved as a character, but yet he still refuses to tell Kaoru things. That will come back to bite him in season 2 as well. Like, season 1 and 2, that's my biggest complaint with Koga, is he's never really honest with Kaoru. Or if he is, he doesn't tell her until it's, like, the worst possible moment to tell her. And, like, I don't like that the ending is because it's one of the bigger problems with the first 2 seasons is the miscommunication stuff that GARO likes to use to further the plot. It's not enough that, like, I completely despise the episode. I just don't like the ending because of the fact that Koga doesn't do anything except let her get away. But, yeah. It was kind of neat that they showed that, like, as we're getting closer to Kaoru's imminent death, that horrors are now going to start popping out of the woodworks to eat her. And that's one of the other reasons why I don't get why he let her go. Because, like, when the serial killer is taking her back to his place, these horrors just all pop out of the woodwork, and Koga almost doesn't rescue her. She almost dies because Koga has to fight off, like, a whole bunch of horrors in order to get to her. Sorry, I just woke up. But yeah, that's partially why this episode was so late, is just because I didn't really want to review it. And work's been kind of hard to work around, but yeah, like, that's my bigger gripe with this episode. It's not a bad episode, but overall, the ending kind of frustrates me. Yeah, there's really not much to this episode. It's kind of a shorter episode. I do admit, like I said, I like the fact that, like, we get a reason for why Makai Knights don't interfere with the rules and, you know, laws of humans. Because, like, that's not their job. Their job is to protect humans. And while it sucks that they have to protect all humans, they can't just pick and choose. It's one of the reasons why later on when horrors will try to be like, we'll only eat bad humans. There's no stop. Like, once you kill a human, there's no stop into it. Like, if you can decide who lives and who dies, like, that's vigilantism. And, like, as much as I'm someone who likes Batman, vigilantism is not nearly as a good idea as Batman portrays it. At least, Batman's the kind of vigilante that makes sense. Like, he's not like the Punisher. Like, Koga would end up becoming the Punisher, in my opinion, if he decided to kill humans. Not in the fact that makes you no better than the thing you hunt. Like, you know, be careful of he who hunts monsters, that you do not become the monster, sort of thing. It certainly works a lot better than in Kamen Rider Amazons, where Alpha lets a serial killer go and just kills this poor Amazon who hadn't even ate humans yet. That's one of the things I hate about Amazons. Like, it's like, humans are no better. That's why, like, I'm not going to kill them anyways. And I'm like, you could have gotten away with killing that serial killer. Like, you're not tied to some reason, like, legitimate reason. You just did it because you're a jerk, Alpha. And now I'm ranting about Kamen Rider Amazons, and I doubt any of you have ever seen it. But, like, that's why I like GARO, because it gives you decent reasons for why the Knights do what they do. So, yeah, and there's actually, like, there's not really a lot of action either, is kind of the other problem why I'm kind of trying to find stuff to do to pad out the length of the vlog. Because I don't want to post, like, a 5-minute vlog. But yeah, there's not a lot of action. The armor itself is barely in it for like a minute. Actually, probably more like two or 3 seconds. But yeah, it's a decent episode. It's clearly a setup episode because, like, not much happens in it. And after the Amon episode, it's kind of just another kind of breather, but like a breather that gets you ready for the action instead of, like, just taking a break to chill before we got into the arc. This is more like a build-up to the arc. But yeah, that's my review of episode 17. It's a good episode. I have issues with the writing, but it's mostly from, like, my complaints of this in the second season overall. And just how frustrating sometimes the season could be. But yeah, so Next episode's a doozy, and it also introduces a favorite character of mine. You'll see when we get there. So I will catch you guys later. Take care.